What you news, brothers and sisters? Sulman Rahim here, National Covenant, Breaker of Seven Seals. Again, brothers and sisters, this speaks for itself. No one is yet. It's been out there for months, maybe possibly a couple of years. They're aware of it. They blocked me, nasty grams, everything else. Pissed me out. Well, they're going to get the $5,000. I told I do open for public. But they don't, because they can't. It speaks for itself. Move on, brothers and sisters. And what I want to talk about today is, I'm going over again Exodus. Why? Because like I've been telling you for those who've been paying attention, these scriptures go very deep. I'm only speaking to you on a high level because you understand high level. So how can I go into the depth of it? This book inside there is sitting out there for over 2,000 years. No one's going to touch it. And you wonder, how is that possible? Well, you got people that's been studying this directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak, for over 3-4 years. Examples, see what already broken, showing them the key, everything, and they still can't touch it. They repeat. Sometimes I can't get that right. I can't touch it. So what does all that mean? I wasn't born knowing this. And I got it from intense study. I wasn't looking for it. So I bumped into it. I wasn't the best day of my life. See, that's one of my problems. You might say the problem. Because I'm always going to do the right thing. That's always been in my mind when I was, as my father passed, I had nobody teach me to guide me. I was 14 years old. That's the only thing I can do. I can't do anything. Just, when you see the right thing, just do it. You can see something that's right, just do it. And that was my guide. And don't do it half-ass. So I do something to do it. I figured doing that, that's the best advice I can give myself. And I did that. And just, oh, by the way, I was talking about this a little while ago. I went to Arnold when I was 17. I got on the streets, there's no family or anything. It was amazing to me. Like I read that whole thing. I was going to read the Bible. When I saw something, I was right, just do it. I read the Bible, right, and try to follow his guidance. Hopefully, it was correct, but what I was going to do, I had no family. My father didn't teach me anything. He was hard on me, but he never taught me anything. He put a lot of pressure on me. He made a man of me, and he would let. If I was a man, I was 14 years. I was a man. I took care of my business. I take care of me and my little sister. But I didn't know anything. And neither she did. When I reached puberty, it scared hell of me. I didn't know all that. I didn't know what that was all about. I had no idea. I was totally ignorant. And that was my guiding light. Just do the right thing and just I'm going to consult the Bible. And because I didn't, that's how, because I said, when I was in the military, reading the Bible, I came across Elijah, and I said, well, that sounds right to me. I did have some visions when I was a child. And I went looking for it. I was left on cold, boom. They could have put me in jail for years in Leavenworth. I left Vietnam looking for Elijah. I never heard about Elijah before that. I never read a Mama Street newspaper. My father took me to a temple once before he passed. I didn't have no idea what that was about. We lived right around the corner from it, on Fairmont Avenue. Temples, I think it was South Orange Avenue, they call it. It's been years. But what's amazing to me was, So when I found Elijah, that everybody knew about Elijah. Malcolm X, I knew about none of that. Civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, I knew nothing about none of that. And at that time, it was 1970 when I found Elijah. I got my ex August 21st, 1970. Exactly 7 years from the time my father passed. He passed August 21st, 1963. And I said, how did that happen? And I was a person that studied. I looked, I didn't watch TV and all that kind of stuff. We was hanging out. I was, that kind of stuff. But I still, in the library, I was checking things out. I didn't watch any TV because nobody watched TV back then. At least you was a teenager or something. I couldn't say, how did I miss all of that? Me. And I thought about it later in life. I said, it's probably the best thing. Because I got to get help. Because I know I would have been at 100%. I know how to give 100% in it, and I'd have got killed. And especially with all these fake leaders out there, that probably would have got with. Right? Because at that time, I had a lot of faith in my people. And on the notion of faith, let me talk about this quickly, too. Now, that's somebody's, I got a little thing from somebody says, man, you talking about faith in them. Don't you have faith in angels? No, I don't. So you got it all wrong. See, I knew about how the universe worked before I got angel. When I was in Age of Islam, not because of Elijah Muhammad, because I studied those things. I knew about the so-called Big Bang and Earth, universe, open and close, and a lot of things. I figured out on my own, right? So I understood that kind of things. And I understood how, I ain't call it energy deprivation, but I knew that we'd be in a situation that we'd suffer like that. And I knew that that's what was an SK. I didn't call it energy deprivation at the time. Right? So I knew these basic things. The basic math, how the universe works. So when I got an angel, I kept seeing verifications of what, it was just giving more detail. That was the difference. So that drew me more into it because I said, hey, I already know the pattern. Right? I just don't have no color and texture to it. I already got that. I got the, like you got a soup, right? And it's just material, but it don't have no color in it, no texture, anything else. But you got the blueprint. So I got the blueprint, and I said, that fit the blueprint. I just fill in the dots. And that's how I knew, right? So if my idea about the universe was right, this just confirmed it. It's just giving me more detail. See? That I couldn't get from just understanding the mathematics of it. I knew we'd go end up with nothing, down to nothing, and then we'd come back out of it and that kind of stuff, right? The basic stuff. And even when I met Elijah confirmed that kind of stuff too in a general way. But the angel went into detail. So, okay. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. Move on here. So, like I said, I want to go into, and I'm going to a little deeper today. Because the thing is, see, the angel is not a game. See, I hate, like I say, you had on this platform, right? It's Facebook, but anyway, that's what we got to work with what you have, right? Elijah Muhammad, what he had to work with, he had any of this, none of this, right? But they say things. It's not just something they just say. They say, and you say, well, why do you say this? Why say it like this? Why say it like that? Because all it means something. I'm going to kind of go to a little deeper. Like I said, but I've been talking on a high level. And now I'm going to the show because people, oh man, no. I'm going to show going a little deep so you can see, yeah, there's much more depth than I've been telling you. And that's all the scriptures. But I can't get into calculus with you when you still struggle with multiplication or in some cases addition and subtraction. Because those books just wasn't written, somebody just pulled out there behind them. Every word means something. That's why in the intro, the last chapter intro tell you better not mess with those words. That's why you be careful with these translations. So let's move on, brothers and sisters. Right? So this is, we're talking Exodus. You can research on later, right? This is Moses, he's up with Elijah's up with the God, that's from Muhammad, right? And this is where they are right now. and they're getting pissed off at Farrakhan and Nation of Islam. Okay, look at this. I didn't mean that to happen like that. Hold on, bro. Well, hold on a second. I can leave it like that, but somebody's going to say, man, it was blinking. It meant something. Give me 1 second here. What I'm doing. 1 second here, bro. Sisters. Okay, that's done. That's done. Okay, see here. Let me move myself out the way here if I can. Well, I just move this over here. Move over a little bit for now. Let's see. Now, I told people a while back that there's certain things in the angel that just leave it that way because it's easier for people to understand it. See, because the NOI, that's the NOI because these people understand it. But the NOI really includes that demon because Elijah was told it'd be demons in the NOI. Right? But if I do that, people can confuse people. So I say, okay. And plus a landmine for those people that go in there think they know and try to steal, because they said I would have people. It tells me, it says all before we steal, these are lies. It means I would have people stealing this, and people are stealing it. They try to put their own name on it, twist and turn it, right, and they get this stuff messed up. But the NOI, see where it says Elijah, middle one, middle top, Elijah, and NOI. That's the actual NOI now. That's the NOI before Suma cleans it up. When you say just black, that's the NOI after Suma cleans it up, okay? So when I told people that before. There's other couple of things like the fiery red horse. It doesn't even have a color because that's another story. I'm gonna move on. I don't want to get bogged down here, brothers and sisters. But I'm just giving you an example here. When I say NOI, I'm talking about just the NOI about the demons, right? Okay. So it's showing you the different things he could be. Sometimes he can be a mouth. Sometimes it can be a foot. Sometimes it can be an ear. With the position of the calf. So it can be all three of those things. And that's one of the tricky things about the angel is, because I say, you take a chapter and then you try to match that chapter, and sometimes you have to pull things from other things. From other chapters, right? Some of these things refer to other chapters. So you have to be familiar with all the chapters to figure out some of these things. But mostly, primarily, right? You can map that whole chapter into the angel key, right? And get information. But there's some subtle information that you might have to pull from other parts to put in to add more flavor to it, more texture to it, or whatever. Okay, so Elijah could be a mouth, he could be a hand. Where he could be a mouth, he could be the mouth of Farad, Master Muhammad, right? Or he can be a hand of Master Muhammad. And then you hear the Suma or the lamb. He can hear, he can have ears, right? He can have a face where it says face of a serpent. That got me for a while. It did take me for a while to get that one because that threw me. Because that's before I start understanding that you can have symbols could come in a negative way, present themselves in a negative way, when it really means something else, and that threw me. I saw the negative. It's like the thing about on this rock I built my church in the Gate Hill, and I prevail against it. And it sounds like one way, but when you read it, break down, it means something else altogether different. So I had to get past that. I had to get past all these things were landmines to me. All these things was like quicksand. And when I bring it to you, that was. It's like I go out and hear you homeless, right? And $1 million in your lap. And then you don't know what to do with it. You end up blowing it. Maybe using it for putting it oven, putting the fireplace, keep warm or something. Because this itself is great wealth. Because this is in many ways is your great wealth. Because this is the door into the hereafter. Because you got to have this. That's the level of people. That's the level. Just like right now, you think people from 5 years ago could live here? They won't be able to keep up with this. You got people right here that can't keep up with this, can't keep up with the technology, can't keep up with any of this stuff. It's too difficult for them. And they right here. With the school and everything else. You know, we ask my 5 years ago, man, they'd be idiots. They'd be totally lost. Right? And they may have been smart back there. The idiots here. And that's where some of you end up in hereafter. If you get there. Because this is giving you an example, that the scriptures come and give you an example, the level of thought people have to be on. Ain't nobody can be there except hold your hand. And nobody helped me with this. If I got the help you got, whoa. I mean, I had to scratch. I ran the roadblocks. Like I said, I spent 7 months going around circles because I had the King James version. I had no idea I had that, because I wasn't getting anywhere with it. And then so happened, like I said, I worked on 6th Avenue at the time. I had a contract with AT&T, but when they broke AT&T up, I worked on that system. I was an IT person, right? I worked on breaking up AT&T system. And I get off that subway, and I'm walking up to the AT&T building, right? I got a block or 2 blocks away. And this Jehovah's Witness on the side, right by the subway. Hey, he got his book. Right? He stops me. I was like, what's happening? Devil. And I ain't gonna forget him, man. I think some way I think you remember what he looked like. I don't know why. Because it was change. It was a definite change. So he had this book. And so I was asking, what's that? You know, so he told me. It's transliteral. I said, I didn't think about transliteral. I mean, I didn't think about anything like that. But I said, well, let me look at it. And he gave me the book. And here we are. Then he stopped. He took off after that. So if I hadn't ran to that guy, I guess I ran too late on, but I guess it's been a while. Because I wouldn't even think on that level. I needed transliteral. To break this book down. Because every word has to mean something, has to be right. Because some of the things you can't figure out with the King James Version. A lot of stuff you can't. Anyways, move on, brothers and sisters. Okay, see here. Now, he says, the Lord, they will just say these things. These things have a meaning. And another thing I haven't told you about Exodus is because when you go into Exodus, you find every major event is centered around the NOI. It's a theme that goes to there. I'm not going to get to it with you on that one, brothers and sisters. That's deeper than some else I'm talking about. And I'm telling you, and this is not that complicated a book. And you got all this depth. And what if I get someone that's a lot more complicated? And step outside. I mean, I'm stepping outside with Exodus. What if I get into Ezekiel, with Jeremiah? And this is relatively simple. It has all this depth to it, and then you're missing. So, you see, how does Master Farmer see this is one of those really tricky ones that threw me for a while. Because he said, well, Master Farmer don't have a mouth. Yes, he does. He lodges his mouth. Farrakhan's mouth, too, in some situations, because Farrakhan claimed he's a Master Farmer's mouth, ain't he? And he's saying that, ooh, that mean he really is. Is he really speaking for? Hey, you gotta be careful with that one. Because he's Master from his mouth in his picture, ain't he? When he's Elijah from his mouth. He's Master from his mouth, boy, Elijah. It's up there with him. Whoa. Whoa. Boy, Ishmael get a hold of that one. And Dan get a hold of that one. See, he's speaking for Master from Muhammad. That's a landmine, boy. That's an atomic bomb that blow your ass to bits. But that's It's saying, ain't it? Where's the message of covenant at? And he's right there when Elijah Muhammad, he's with Elijah. He said in Elijah's seat, he's also matched from his mouth. Right? But he's also Barack's mouth too at some point. So he's speaking two tongues, ain't he? See, you gotta pay attention to these things. See? So whose mouth is it really? Because we know Lucifer, he's speaking against you, he want to destroy you. See, I'm gonna let you hang on that one. See, but anyway, see, because Elijah is a mouth. He's in this situation right here, but he still can be a mouth. So when he says he's speaking to Elijah, well, Elijah's his mouth, so he can do that. Okay, that's one little tricky one. There's a little tricky one there, because like I said, you got that Farrakhan's mouth too. Okay, and then it says, and Moses, the Lord, it said he brought him out of Hamlet. He brought him out of Egypt. Remember that first they speak of Elijah when he came. He brought you out of Egypt because he was bringing you out of that mental Egypt. And he says, with a mighty hand. See, Elijah could be a hand too. He said, he's the hand of Master Muhammad. So he brought him out with a mighty hand. There he is. See? And great power with him. Which I had brought forth out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand. I explain power to you too, but I'm not going to that right. You understand? So Elijah, bring you out. But his mindset, you see, but they all fall back into it. Right? So let's move on. And then it says that Moses went down the mountain. There are two tablets. These are tablets right here, right? See, remember, these are also the four winds. So when he throws the tablets down, that means the four winds are blowing. That means the four winds are blowing, but he ain't threw it down yet. See, with two tablets, testimony in hand, tablets were written on both sides. They were written on one side and the other. Tablets were God's work, and the writing was God's writing, engraved on the tablet. It means that's supreme wisdom and everything else. See? But they wasn't obeying that stuff. That's what it says. They wasn't obeying that stuff. See? Now when Joshua heard the sound of the people as they shouted, he said to Moses, there's a sound of war. That means that's the war, but not of victory nor of defeat. Right? See, this is when Joshua was coming, no victory, no defeat. But he said, but I hear the sound of singing. Oh, they gotta have a mouth to sing, right? But why are you singing? See? Why are you singing? First of all, it says Joshua heard the sound. To hear it, he has to be there. So I mean, remember, he's an ear, but now this time he's there. For him to hear it, he has to be there. Right? And they're mouth speaking, but they're singing. Why are they singing? This one knows you have to go outside. It connects the dot with something else, right? Malachi. Because he was suddenly come to the temple. The Lord, you delight in. You light, you're singing, you're happy. That's the one that's singing. Not the demons. That's the one that's singing. So he's there. He appears, and they're singing. He's suddenly there, and he has to be there to hear them singing. He has the ears, and they have the mouth, and they're singing. They delight, because now he suddenly appears at his temple. See, now, I've been talking about this for years. And even the people who's been listening, see, I'm going a lot, see how much more detail I'm going in now than I did in the last year or so. It's still on time. But I'm just going right now. I'm doing it because you probably still may not understand it. I'm just trying to get you to appreciate, you understand, what these books are not jokes. They're not saying things for nothing. Right? The tablets, members, anyway, they're not just symbols things. They didn't just put a book and say, okay, we're going to say what time of day it was, what spring, what it was, or spring day or whatever. All that stuff means that's why you have a key. Then you go back to the key and say, what are you talking about? What are you talking about there? So the war in heaven right now is going on. This is about to happen anytime. So it says, while this war is going on, right? That's when he's going to suddenly appear at the temple. Right? But if you go back to Mark, right? They don't actually invite him to the temple. Don't come and get him. Because you see him from afar. I see him from afar. He's up here. It says, what did it say? It says, and should I get that, brothers and sisters? I want to make sure you get the right language. Hold on, brothers and sisters. Just give me a second here. See, I'm getting a little much too deeper than I expected. Let's see. Let's see. There you go. It's 7 brothers sisters. Make sure I get this language right. So we get everything right. That's what Elijah Muhammad said. We get things right and exact, right down to modern times. No bullshit here. We get it right. We don't do it all. Okay, where is it? Okay, here it is right here. Now, which one are you? Okay, let's see. Okay, this translation here, right? Says, seeing Jesus from a distance, he ran up and bowed down before him. See? Remember, he's also a foot. See? So he ran and bowed down before him. So he ran to him. Right? See? But he saw from a distance. That means he saw him up here. Right? And remember, he can also see, I forgot that part. They can also see. I forgot that part, right? Also see. They saw it from a distance. That means you're talking about this one here. He can see. He can run. He got feet. That's how you know who they're talking about. And this is about to happen. When the war is going on, this is about to happen. And that's why I said you go out and you have to go into Malachi to see what the singing means. Because he's the one they delight in. He's the messenger of the covenant. There's something coming. That's who that is. That's another way to find who the messenger of the covenant is. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. They don't just say this thing for no reason. Okay, and here's the accuser. So that shows you right there, right? Moses wasn't even blaming them. Elijah never blamed them. He never blamed the people. That's Pharaoh's crap. Because Moses blamed Aaron for what they did. See, Aaron was the one who was blamed. He's the one that turned. See, listen to it. Moses said, Aaron, what did these people do that Jah has brought so great sin upon them? You brought the sin on them. Not them. They ain't sinful. You brought it on them. Aaron said, let the anger of my Lord wax thou know his people that they are sinful. They're mischief. See, they the one that did all this stuff. It's right there, brothers and sisters. The accuser. I told you Elijah never accused the people. Well, I was there. It shows you right there that Pharaoh was doing it. And then he's a liar. And he's a coward. All right there to show you his whole makeup. It's even in the Quran. Right? His whole makeup shows who he really is. Right? And let not the anger of the Lord wax. Now know that people look. Then he called Elijah a liar. You know, these people ain't no good. See? For they said to me, make us. They told him. Well, he's supposed to be the leader, right? So now, remember, he's the one supposed to take care of the sheep. Well, let sheep take care of him. See? Oh, no. They're the ones who wanted me to do this. Well, I thought you was the leader. Because you're a coward. And you're shit. That's what you are. and we're gonna expose you. We don't put no water on you. We don't wash you away. We want you to sit there and keep stinking. Right? Put you in a broom and all your demons that smell your stink for the rest of eternity. See how they like that then when they realize it ain't honey. Right? Devil. You think, oh boy, let me stop. And then it says, and it came to pass as soon as he came nigh to the camp, but he saw the calf and dancing. Remember dancing? Hear that? That means he's in this situation right now. Elijah's come to the camp now. And he's dancing and this distant foot. Right? So, and he cast tablets out of his hand. It means the four winds is blown. At this time, four winds is blown because that's when he cast tablets down, when four winds are blown. See, out of his hand. He's a hand, right? This is the most of people's neck for Aaron. It made him naked. Aaron did this. And made him ashamed. Aaron made a shame for the enemies. Right, that's this translation here, right? Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said, who is the Lord's side? See? Let them come to me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves. Why? Okay, so, see, because remember, this is Nehemiah here. So he's talking. Remember, he has a voice here. Right? And it says only one could hear him is this one. I showed you how he could be ear. He don't even hear him. See? He can hear him. He's never an ear, but this one is an ear at one point in time. So he hears them, right? It doesn't mean just the sons. It means all the Levites came out because you say, what happened to the daughters? But when you go here, I'm going to show you the next page right there, is that when you make a distinction between male and female, the right side is the male and the left side is the female. Because right here, Magog would be here. Magog is male too, Adam. You see? So that's why it says, this not only heard them, right, but they're the sons. They're the male. Represents the male. Female, I mean, that female is there too, right? But understand what it says, Angel. So make sure you know you're talking about this one here, not this one. Make sure you know you're talking. That's why they keep every time they talk about it, it's usually this is characterized by this one, so that you know you're talking about this one. If I show, I show it. See, because you see here, right? And then here, right? It says, see where it's talking about what? No, that's him. That's him. Well, I mean. Let me think about this for a minute. What was the half going on? Let me just move on. There's no issue there. And see, so again, it's circles around. It's built around this again because this is the one that's blinking. This is the one that's singing, right? And then when he's afoot, see, so everyone. It seems like it's always focused around this one because. That's the theme in this, because one of the themes of this particular chapter is separating, cleaning the chaff up, clean the wheat and the chaff, they put together, and then the chaff has to be removed. It's also where the Lord will consume spirit's mouth and destroy. So it's make that it's the backline, the backstory theme here, right, is the purification of the life. Moving the demons out the way. That's why almost every story, I might say, let me think about it a minute. I think every story somehow is focused about that one. Let me just double check that. I don't know if I come and say, man, you said that and then. So I'm just throwing it out right now, bro. I think that's correct. Okay, that's the seed. That's this one here again. The hand. I'll move on, brother, sister. That's no story altogether. I'm going down that road right now. Talking about the four winds, right? See, and he's dancing. So Elijah talked to him. This one's dancing when the four winds, right? Because he had feet. And then who's on the lower side, right? Again, that's this one, right? Because he's son of Levites. Demon is not a daughter of the Levites. Someone said that. They're not, no, daughter of the devils. You get things confused. Because you don't pay attention, you get things right. You get things confused. But you see, you jump to conclusion. Well, this is son, this must be the daughter. And then you say, well, yeah, well, that has something to do with I bring about division. Well, there's a connection between this and that too. Right? But now, you gotta be careful with it, because on the right side, that one also is the sons, father and son. So it's like support this, right? But this ain't the mother and the daughter. Actually, this would be the daughter, but that's you got to make sure you understand. That's why I use that away. Because then you go down another rabbit hole. Okay, and then here, like I said, who's on most of the people's naked, right? So again, who's on the Lord's side, and sons of Levi, right? Then, right? And so these weren't, right? See, now remember, these two are not part of NOI. He led the NOI, and this is not part of NOI. Only this one, because it was the chaff and the wheat. Right? Remember I said, this has no color. I'm not going down the path. Okay. Let's leave it there. They're cast out. And it says, okay, and the children of Levi did according to the word, and they fell. Right? And so it says 3,000. That's the demons cast out. I miss anything here, brothers and sisters? Okay, here's where he had ears. Remember? That's where NII is. That's why they heard. It was Moses said, "Let those who the Lord come to me." They had to hear him. So they can be ears. They can be ears also. That one can't be ears. Only that one could be ear. The ear at this place. So he heard, and they the ones came with him. Otherwise, we couldn't even hear him. So they couldn't come anyway. You understand? And then he makes them drink. He crushes. Let me say, let me close out, brothers and sisters. Where we at here? Oh, wow. Like I said, all the nations except us did some racial modification to try to deal with energy deprivation. See? And Master from Muhammad is a classic case of that, but it was done intentionally for him to be the God, the rule that was agreed upon by us, Shabazz, because it was up, is that we're going to create a made God that will be loyal to the tribe of Shabazz to rule for the next 6,000 years. So the devils ruled not 6,000 years, because they had 12,000 years to rule all together. See, 6,000 down, 6,000 back. And so we can't let them rule no 6,000 years. We can't let that happen. So we had to have somebody that wouldn't suffer, because we couldn't do it, because we still suffer. If it comes to put a nation together, we still suffer energy deprivation. See, there's different degrees of energy deprivation. Depends on what degree it is. When the Holocaust, it was maximum. We had nothing. Now we have energy, but we don't have enough energy now, right, to rule the world. Right? We don't have enough energy of that. We have enough energy maybe to pull our families together, maybe to pull a tribe together, but and we really can't have that because we have a mixed tribe. We have a hybrid tribe. The Ark is a hybrid tribe. See? Otherwise, it'll be all gold. So we didn't have enough energy for that yet, so we got a hybrid tribe. And Master Muhammad is a made God. And he's not suffering that he's not suffering integration at that level. He has enough, right, energy, and he has a maximum discipline, so that he has enough energy that he can be return the power to rule for the next 6,000 years. And then, like Elijah Muhammad even says, then return back to the tribe of Shabazz. You understand? So what I was getting at was, we kept my train of thought here, brothers and sisters. Okay. The nations had different, right? Like one nation went to Mars. I'm gonna find there's a nation on the ground there because they can live on top of the ground. They're humans like us. They're different now after all these years. Right? They can't come back to Earth. They still have a basic form. They can come back to here because they can handle the gravity and everything else here. Then you had like the Native Americans that came over here. I hate to call them Native Americans, but the natives of this side of the Earth, right? They can't return either. Because they were going so long, right? They separated so long. And that's why you don't see them going back. You don't see them in Jackie, right? Because they're going down with America. They're going to bring people from America. Oh, no. In fact, the lesson said it was the first enemy, right, of Islam. They were so bad. They was worse than all the rest. That's what be exiled over here. They didn't just walk over here. Anyway, everybody has their different things, right? I'm going to get to Ishmael. Now, Ishmael, man, he betrayed us. And then he turned white, partly, for damage deprivation. Another thing is that was part of what false, he's working with false Israel because they got to show that they the true seed of Abraham. And so Ishmael is saying that he knows he's lying. He's saying Ishmael is his brother. Ishmael is not their brother. We're their brother. Ishmael is not their brother. Excuse me. False Israel, it's not Ishmael's brother. So here I go. False Israel is not, right? Those say they're Jews, they're not his brother. But they claim he is, right? So they can keep that lie going that they true seed Abraham because they don't want us to come back either. They're against us too. And by turning white, that steals it because look, see, all of Abraham is white. So they couldn't because they're black. See, that's part of it. See, because they was black when came on the scene. That's why they want to show you a picture of them. You want to tell me that this man was a man of the hour? He changed the world at that time, the known world, and nobody wrote a nobody, they didn't have no cameras, right? But nobody drew a picture of him. Nobody made a sculpture of him. Nobody wrote a description of him. And you're going to get me to believe that? Because they turned right after that. Remember? And there's a jinn. See? They turned white. And so and they call false Israel their brother Isaac, which he's not. Because they on board with that too. Like I said, if they don't want to get rid of false Israel, false Israel helping them just as much helping the devils. Because they don't want us to come back and take our land. So that's why, if you go back and check, I wouldn't check. Where does false Israel get all this fuel to do all this crap they're doing? They said they get most of their energy fuel from Muslim lands. Now, don't take my word for it. Go Google it. I did. So they go and just cut the oil off them. False Israel's dead. They can't get from America. America's getting from them. So they can stop them if they want to. They don't want to stop them because that's have value for them. Because none of them want us to get our land back. They want us to get our names back. They want us to get our religion back. Because Ishmael got a language. He got a religion. Right? He got a home, a land, a holy site. He got it all. Basically, that's all ours. But he knows he's not supposed to have it because he knows the covenant goes to us. Because God said, no, I'm going to give it to Jacob. See? So now they call them false Israel. They're brothers when they know they're not. All that's designed. So the bottom line get to it is when you see on the angel key, see at the bottom, and we're at the top. On the bottom, we're on top. It's right there, the angel key. They're on the bottom. They come over here, they're Lamborghini and everything. So all this money they get from our land, that's ours. Our resources they're doing that with. See, they build all those mansions stuff. It says In my father's house are many mansions. Who's your father's house? That's Master Muhammad. Where's his house at? Arabia. Right? Muhammad was born in Arabia. Now this stuff, can you connect all this stuff together? In my father's house, who's father? That's Suleiman. Who's Suleiman is the son of David. David's the father. So he says, in my father's house, who's his father? David. Where's David's house at? His throne is in Jerusalem, but his home, he was born in Mecca. So he says, there's many mansions. He says, if it wasn't true, I would have told you. There's many mansions over there. What you're going to get is not going to fire. They're going to be burnt. No, it ain't. They build that stuff right now. And so when you go back home, the homes you have not built. All that stuff over there is not going to be, it's not going to, and Master Muhammad's not going to let that stuff be torn up. We'll go over and take stuff back. And another thing, and the sister, I told you, the sister will get first choice. Sisters, okay, go get the house you want. And I don't want no cat fighting. Pick the one you want. Because, the thing is, you got to understand something, brothers and sisters. Brother, if you got a house and you got a wife, that's not your house. That's her house. You just protect it. You secure it. Right? And you go in there and you reproduce in there, but that's her house. Not yours. It's hers. That's your wife's house. But to get it to your mind, you got your whole way of thinking is all wrong. That's her house. Right? She makes rules in her house. It's her house. You understand? That's her house. And she beautifies and everything else. You built it for her. And she beautifies it. But it's going to be already built. Because they build all that stuff in there, and we're going to inherit it. I hope you understand, brothers and sisters. I can talk about more on that another time. Okay, I think that's it, brothers and sisters. Is there anything else here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm saying this. So they're not going to be allowed to come back in the fold. They're not going to be allowed to turn black again. Because white, right, initially, remember, because Master Muhammad's going to rule for next 6,000 years, and the Shia, right? They're going to be able to get back in. They're going to be back in and say it's going to be one nation. Back in. But you see, they're outside. See, because that's going to be the skin tone of the slaves. 6,000 years, and they're going to have the same skin tone. That's part of their punishment. See, because that's why you did it. You did it to underscore that. See, I'm saying they couldn't because they black. See, but devils know. Why do you think they call them desert? In fact, the guy Lewis said the other day he wouldn't come out and say but they call them desert because they know they are brothers. And you know what they call us? But they know this is a lie. But they have to keep it going because that's to keep us from getting back in power again. And that's less than they want, right? Because two people can't stay at the top. One at the top, one at the bottom. You got pyramids on one stone at the top. It's more imbalances. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, brothers and sisters. Okay, I think I covered everything I want to cover here. Like I said, they want to be white, they're going to stay white. Okay? And they're going to say they're under the ark. He said that the nature of Islam, who they was called shirk and everything else, that's going to rule them. See? Oh, they've been here after, but they've been on the bottom. See? And under them would be the slaves. See, because right there, they're the top of our religion. I mean, they are the top. They got religion. They got everything, and we got nothing. So now it's going to be reversed. See? And now the black is going to be on the top. See? Kaaba, remember Kaaba? The white's on top and the black's on the bottom? We're going to reverse that. Oh, boy, change is coming. And right now, the way things are going, brothers and sisters, everybody's on hold. They just wait for Israel to make a move. I mean, not for, make a move. That's where everybody knows when they make the move, that's going to be it. That's going to blow up. That's going to be it. And the longer they wait, the worse it's going to be for them, because remember, things getting worse for them every day. We getting stronger every day, get weaker. So the longer they take to do it, the worse it's going to be for them, because they're going to lose dramatically. And every day they take long to do it, to lose, it's going to be more dramatic. And what they all go through once they're under siege, it's going to be worse than what they went through with Hitler. It's going to be like when Hitler was like a spanking. So we know it's about to happen, and everybody sitting on the edge waiting. It could happen as I'm talking. See? And then it shows you things that happen when that happens. Farrakhan, throne cast down. See? Demons separate out. Minister of Cover suddenly comes to this temple, and then they sing it. They when they seek, the when they delight in, they're happy. And we're only days away. Yeah, the guy Rick Wild. I was going to play what he said today. Maybe I'll do it later. Oh, God told me this is going to happen in 6 years from now. Okay. I don't know if God told you that. Maybe he got his calendar wrong. It's more like 6 days from now. Okay, brothers and sisters. Future news out. Assalamu alaikum.